Hari Om. Hari Om. Audible. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Hari Om. Salutations to all. We will chant the first 9 verses.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Trayodashodhyayaha Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogaha Arjuna Vacha Prakartim Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetrajnameva Cha Etat Veditumichhami Jnanam Neyam Cha Keshava Shri Bhagavanuvacha Idam Shariram Kunteya Kshetramityabhidhiyate Etadyo Veti Tam Prahuhu Kshetrajna Iti Tadvidaha Imam Vidhi Sarvakshetreshu Bharata Kshetra Kshetrajnayornyanam Yattajnanam Matam Mama Tatshetram Yachayadrikcha Yadvikari Yataschayata Sachayo Yatprabhavascha Tatsamasena Me Shrunu Rishibhirbahudha Geetam Chandobhirvividhaih Prithaka Brahma Sutra Padeshchaiva Hetumadbhirvinischitaihi Mahabhutanyahankaraha Buddhiravyaktameva cha Indriyani dashaikam cha Panchachendriya gocharaha Ichha dvesha sukham dukkham Sanghataschetana dhritihi Etakshetram samasena Savikaram udahritam Amanitvam adambhitvam Ahimsakshantirarjavam Acharyopasanam saucham Sthiryam atma vinigraha Indriyartheshu vairagyam Anahankara eva cha Janma mrityu jara vyadhi Dukkha doshanudarshanam.
Bas. So first, earlier verse, 8th verse, we saw how many values? 9. Amanitvam, Adambhitvam, Ahimsa, Kshanti, Arjavam, Acharyopasanam, Shaucham, Sthiryam, Atma Vinigraha. 9. 10th value is Indriyartheshu Vairagyam. dispassion from the sense objects. Then anahankara evacha. So we had stopped at indriyartheshu vairagyam. So vairagya is dispassion. Dispassion is absence of craving for sense pleasures here and hereafter. That's the definition in Tattva Bodh, fundamental book. What is the definition there? Iha amutra phala bhoga viragaha. Iha amutra phala bhoga ichharahityam. That is the word there. Ichharahityam. Absence of craving for the fruits of action here and hereafter. So that dispassion, to the extent dispassion is strong, to that extent intensity of seeking will be strong. This we can apply in spiritual field, this we can apply even in our other aspects of life. Suppose you say, how intensely do I want to become physically fit? So what will be that intensity be proportional to? My ability to put away all the distractions, temptations, and stay focused. The more I stay focused, the more will be my intensity. If I allow the mind to be distracted, do this, do that, then that much intensity will be lesser. Then the achievement of the goal will become harder. Here we are talking about the highest goal, which is mukti. And for that, these values are to train the mind to steadily contemplate. These values are not being told only as a moral injunction, ki don't do this and do this. It is not a set of rules. It is an expression of a mind which has attained maturity to contemplate. And whichever mind will cultivate these qualities will become mature enough to contemplate steadily. So it is in that context we are seeing these values. So indriyartheshu vairagyam. If the vairagya is there, one of the things that the mind wanders so much is because of this lack of vairagya. People want quick fix solution. We want quick fix solution. Swamiji, my mind is wandering a lot. Can you tell me some mantra by which the mind will not wander? Which mantra? Every mantra will help to make the mind single pointed. There is no separate mantra to stop wandering of the mind. If I don't take out the cravings, attachments, which make me run behind objects, people, situation, power, position, any mantra will not work. What separate mantra can be given for that? Nothing can be given. Holding on to extrovertedness, if I want the mind to be single pointed in meditation to realize Brahman, is not possible. I have to choose either. One can say, okay, we can for some time make the mind little bit quiet. But this Brahma Gyan cannot happen by riding in two boats at the same time. That will not work. Why? See, in that example, riding in the two boats at the same time, these two boats are in the same place. Only that 1 feet is in one boat, 1 feet is in another boat. Risky, but manageable. Here it is not like that. In spiritual field, what is it? One is introvert, one is extrovert. It is like pressing the accelerator and the brake. How it will work? So, indriyartheshu vairagyam. So, if I am a serious student of Vedanta, and I want the wandering of the mind to stop, two things are most crucial. One, do I have enough bhakti? Two, do I have enough vairagya? Otherwise, we will keep changing. Somebody says this mantra is not effective for me. They change the mantra, they change the murti, they change the meditation clothes, they will change the meditation light, meditation asana. You change anything. I am telling you out of experience. I have tried everything. At some point in time, I used to think meditation is not going properly because, I don't have the kusha grass mat. So order on kusha grass mat also. You sit on that and mind will still wander only. What will happen? At some point I said, so when you're doing japa, then the body will get jerk, right? And the mala sometimes used to fall. So a danda is required. एक दंड लेके आओ, लगा दो और हाथ ऐसे रख के दो. Meditation with danda. Try everything. It will work a little bit here and there. After that, again the mind will wander with all. Dand के साथ हाथ गिरता रहा नीचे. What will the mind do? Mind is disturbed. Then you remove certain attachments, let go of certain things. Then the mind is very happy. Aram se it is doing meditation. कहाँ दिक्कत है? But before that, ये बदलो, वो बदलो, ये माला बदलो, उसको यहाँ पे लगाओ, उसको यहाँ से ले आओ. Indriyartheshu vairagyam. That's why in the Vivek Chudamani he says that adhikarina mashaste phala siddhir visheshataha upaya desha kaladya santyasmin sahakarinaha. This desha kala, the place and the time and the meditation chair and the danda and the mala and all that is secondary. Sahakari sadhan. What is the main sadhan? Adhikarina mashaste. What is your adhikara? What is your qualification? Did we cultivate a qualified mind? So Indriyartheshu vairagyam is that. And Indriyartheshu vairagyam, when it comes, then external world, I don't have to change anything. That's the best part. Like, do we have to consciously say कि नहीं toys को रख दो भाई, ये आने वाले हैं, इनको बहुत temptation हो जाएगी. No, even if the toys are lying around everywhere in the house, we don't have any problem. Why? Enough vairagya is there. We don't want to play with it, we have outgrown it. So there is no running towards it, there is no running away from it. Vairagya is that state. No raga, no dvesha. That is called vairagya. So there is no, the sense object is not affecting. Today everything, so many things all around, and one is to live in certain sense control, see things which are conducive, otherwise it will affect the mind. Sense control one has to apply. That we saw earlier also. But when a person comes to the state of vairagya, not that one becomes inalert, but the holding the world responsible for the wandering of my mind will not happen. I say it may be there, doesn't matter. It doesn't tempt. So, Indriyartheshu vairagyam. Then he says anahankara. And we saw last time, so I'm not going into the details of this. How to develop vairagya? Develop detachment from the body. Take up some austerity to overcome raga and dvesha and do the duties selflessly, choicelessly. Whether I like it or not, if I stay committed to the duty, I will overcome raga and dvesh, and if I dedicate that to Bhagavan, then that's the best. Now he says anahankara, meaning give up the ego. So this anahankara is in the context of doership. Earlier amanitvam had come, the first quality was amanitvam, that was humility. So anahankara, one meaning is absence of ego. Self-importance, the craving, I did it, I need praise, I need recognition, I alone did it. When we have that, feeling of self-importance, there may be 100 people who would have worked to make something happen. But the person feels, I have done the job of 100 people. And the person feels, others are not doing. All I only had to do. Victimize oneself also. How much burden one lives under, You just think. Kiya hoga itna. But that ego will be this much, huge. So one has to drop all that. So that karta bhav, one drops. When one sees it is such a futile thing, why am I carrying this burden of ego? That ego only is causing all the trouble. That ego only I have to drop. What am I trying to realize? Is that state of egolessness. If I hold on to ego strongly and then in meditation say, Mano buddhi hankara chitta ninaham. I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the memory, I am not the ego. And then come out of the meditation and say, because of you my meditation didn't go properly. Why are you making so much of noise in the kitchen? Gone. Full ego. So anahankara means what? Become empty. Krishna Bhagavan likes the flute. Why? Because the flute is empty. Absence of egoism here is be empty like the flute and surrender. Surrender what? Doership. What did I do? Bhagavan is a karta. Full stop. Let work happen through you. That is reduce that ego pressure. If I say that I am doing the work is happening by me, then ego. If I say work is happening through me, I am only nimitta, nothing has happened. And this emptiness is very, very powerful. You know, somewhere I read very nicely, it said, a poem requires the emptiness of a paper. A beautiful scenery requires emptiness of a window. Music requires emptiness of the flute. Happiness requires emptiness of the self. If the self is not there, you are in bliss. Self meaning small I, ego. Now you see very nice one clip. Bruce Lee is saying about emptiness. And how in martial arts, etc., you can apply this emptiness anywhere. But martial arts, you see it very nicely. क्या हुआ? 1 minute, huh?
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. come and say, hey, Bruce, are you really that good? I said, well, if I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Amazing, no? This full, with this one finger he used to do push-ups. You saw that in the beginning. 1 inch punch, with 1 inch distance punch, 6 inch punch. He's playing with that. What do you call that? Nunchucks. Yeah. Table tennis with that. हमको table tennis पूरे bat से ठीक से नहीं आता वो. The point is what? The mind will take. He gave the example of water, no? Okay, water wherever you put, it will take that form. So he says, be like water, be flexible, and emptiness. No? Wherever there's emptiness, the mind will go there. It will become like that. If the mind itself becomes empty, it can take the form of whatever it will engage with. So, anahankara, free from ego. You know, this is the secret of so many things that the great rishis have discovered. When we say that they may not have had that type of, equipments, or not equipments, sophisticated equipment that we have today. How did they discover so many things of the universe? It's because of anahankara. If I let go of my ego, the secrets of the universe will start revealing themselves one by one. Because all knowledge is here in our heart. Ego is as though blocking, covering. Remove it. It will start revealing on its own. So, anahankara evacha. How does one experience that anahankara? I am the instrument, Bhagavan is the doer. So the instrument is not praised or criticized. Who is praised or criticized? Is the player or the user of that instrument. And hence find a cause greater than yourself and lose yourself in it. One expression of anahankara is accepting life as it comes without resistance. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. This we have said earlier also. Acceptance means this has happened. Now how do I deal with it? Accept it and then see what is the best way to handle it. Express gratitude wholeheartedly and count your blessings. Ahankara always lives in sense of lack. I lack this, I lack that, I don't have this, I don't have that. Victimization. Ahankara thrives on that. And because of that, it will need praise, it will need validation, it will need approval. It goes on. Because the basic sense is incompleteness and I lack. How will that go? What people call today self-love and all that. It will go when I start seeing the goodness, when I start seeing what is that which I have already accomplished by grace of Bhagavan. I fill my heart with bhakti, I fill my heart with surrender. So, express gratitude wholeheartedly. Before I start feeling what I don't have, let me first count what I have. One simple rule in life can be that. If my mind is saying, I don't have this. If one thing it is saying I don't have, count two things that you already have first. Because if I do that, one will suddenly find unnecessarily I am victimizing. I may not have something, I will get also if I have to get it. But I will not feel I am any lesser, I am incomplete, or I am not adequate. All those feelings will go. So, anahankara. In our Sanatan Dharma, we always chant Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanam Astu. At the end of a puja also we say, in the 17th chapter of the Geeta only it comes, Om Tat Sat iti nirdesha trividha brahmana smritaha. These are 3 pointers of Brahman, and they will make anything which is incomplete into complete. How? Because their nature is Purnatvam. By invoking that which is Purnam, we ensure that anything which is incomplete, because everything will be somewhere, some incompleteness will be there, no? Action we do is incomplete, result will be temporary, so many flaws will be there in the karma also. So, How do I ensure that I experience Purnata? Offer it to Bhagavan. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanam Astu. You know, Gurudev used to write Om Tat Sat in so many letters also when he would end. You can write Om in the beginning also. Guruji writes Om always in the beginning. So anywhere, I mean, it's up to us how much we invoke Purnatvam. So when we say Purnamadaha Purnamidam, at the end we say Purnamada. People generally think what? Class khatam ho gaya. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnatpanam. Purna matlab khatam ho gaya. No, we are actually saying at that point in time that there is only Purnatvam. Everything else is illusory. And what is that Purnatvam? That is my Swarupa. Aham Purnam. That's the meaning of that Purnamada Purnavidam mantra. That I am Purna, I am not Apurna. Having studied Vedanta, maybe I experience that I am Purna. That is the essence. Otherwise, for us now that connection is, class has got complete, now I can go to my next appointment. I am Purnam. Every time one chants that, I have to tell myself, Purnata is my Swarup, not as a Jiva, not as a body, as Brahman. So that is anahankara. The more I invoke Omkar, Purnatvam, more I will be anahankar. So, at the end of the day, after finishing any work, keep saying. So for each value, we have discussed how to apply it. So many methods to apply. Then he says, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. In these four things specifically. In birth, Janma, Mrityu, death, Jara, old age, and Vyadhi, disease. What should I do? Two things I should do. Dukkha and the dosha. Sorrow of these four and limitations of these four. I have to see this again and again. Anu darshanam. Darshana means to see. Anu again and again. Again and again see the pain of birth, death, old age and disease. Swamiji, why should I see the pain of birth? Birth is so nice, and child is born. Family has, a new life has come into being. So cute little child. The mother will be happy. Child has come into this world. It is good only, but is that not pain? Is there no pain involved in that? How much that mother has gone through to give birth to that child? How much the child has also gone through? And the point is not about that child. Point is about whom? Do I want to again be born? Again go into the womb of the mother. 9 months, get cooked there. Hang upside down. You listen to Gurudev saying it. Super explanation he gives. Terrible. Why do I want to again come back into the womb? Guruji says that biggest source of vairagya for me is I don't want to come into the world. Why? Because again I have to go to school. Who wants to go to school again? So I don't want to take birth. I am very happy. I was born whenever I was born in that point in time. We had nice childhood. No this preschool, creche, toddler, infant, कुछ नहीं, सीधा हमको डाला LKG के अंदर. Till then तो nice. Even after that it was good only, but what pressure today, बाप रे. Parent को भी pressure, बच्चे को भी pressure, education में इतना cost हो गया. How much one will think? And our Hindu people, they don't want to produce children. Why? Education is very costly. No children. Let others populate the whole world. You will become extinct only by that. Education costly करके क्या हो जाएगा? खत्म. Hindus only will not remain on this earth. So, what is the point? Janma is a pain. Again and again, how much one has to come back into this world? In today's world, though, it is a pain for the world also. Because resources are so less. How many we are now? 7.4, 7.8, how much we are now? We became 8 billion already. Dekho. 8 billion people already on the earth. And all kinds of conspiracy theories go on. कि COVID virus and all this was created so that the resources of the earth are getting drained, so reduce the population. So लगाओ इस virus को और मारो लोगों को mass में. All kinds of conspiracy theory also goes on with that. Imagine in this world we want to come. What kind of hypocrisy is there in the world? The world really wants peace. And organizations set up for world peace. Are they really doing anything for world peace? Kuch nahi. On one hand, the war is being supported by those same countries. On the other hand, those countries are saying, we are with you, don't worry. What nonsense. You are supplying the enemy with war, all kinds of missiles and weapons, and your economy is running on war. What a level. With this world we want to come back. Arey Ram. जिसको आना है आ जाओ भाई, मुझे नहीं आना. Janma is dukkha only. Jara is dukkham, or janma, then mrityu. Mrityu is also pain. Some people may say, अब बहुत हो गया स्वामी जी, अब भगवान उठा ले तो अच्छा है. But I don't want to die in pain. शांति से मर जाए बस, sorrow नहीं होना चाहिए, pain नहीं होना चाहिए, बस quietly I should just depart. That is because the mind has got fed up and the body has become very old. And in that body also how much disease is there. If that person's body was young, will that person want to die at the same age? Suppose you are physically, literally 125 years young, not old, like how people say, no, I am young at heart. Not young at heart only expression-wise. Your heart is really young. This one person is there, na? He's doing all that. Brian somebody. Doing all kinds of blood transplant and this and that and reducing his age and keeping himself young and all that. चलते रहेगा दुनिया में ये सब प्रयोग. So suppose the life is like that, then will one want to die? If Indriyartheshu Vairagyam is not there, then one doesn't want to die. Then one wants to enjoy more and more. यहाँ जाओ, वहाँ जाओ, ये करो, वो करो, everything. But death also is a pain, because at some point, whenever, however young I may be, however old I may be, when I die, if attachments are not there, then only I will have peaceful death. Otherwise, the attachments are there, mind will be in pain only. Even if body is, I want to drop the body, I don't want to let go of the people, the things, my achievements, everything. If attachment is there, then it will be pain. If detachment is there, any age, any time, any place the body drops, doesn't make a difference. So Janma is dukkham, Mrityu is dukkham. Old age, Vaapre Baap. Terrific difficulty, na? Body becomes old, mind becomes younger. जितनी यात्रा करनी है वो सब ओल्ड एज में ही करनी है सबको. And now with the travel becoming so much more better, people to want, स्वामी जी कैलाश ले जाओ हमको. वाह, 70 साल के कैलाश ले जाऊंगा मैं. वहाँ जाके क्या हो जाएगा आपको किसको पता, इतना ऑल्टीट्यूड में. and I have to handle all that. No बाबा, जाओ किसी के साथ. शिव जी के ऊपर ध्यान रखूंगा कि आपके हार्ट कंडीशन पे. सोचो. Nothing wrong, इसको जाना है जाए, जहाँ जाना है जाए. But the point is old age में how much one wants. I can't sit quietly in old age. Now just imagine, na, body will be so restless. Travel here, travel there. Vacation करो, यहाँ जाओ, वहाँ जाओ. डेंचर लगा लगा के पिज्ज़ा खाओ. कुछ भी चल रहा old age में. वानप्रस्थ संस्था कौन, literally does anybody follow वानप्रस्थ, you tell me. Again I am saying I don't have any problem, I am not making fun. Dentures are required, functionally they are required. Gurudev also had dentures. At one point he had to have dentures. For a long time I did not know. But he had, because teeth fell, na? He was 77 years old, he had diabetes and many other challenges. So the point is, but the bhoga vritti was not there. So the mind is, Gurudev used to say that the young with their dynamism can act and achieve, but it is the old with their tapas who can realize the truth. If I have seen enough in this world, my vairagya will be strong or not? If I have seen enough in this world and my vairagya is still not strong, Then one will run here and there. And people don't want to listen to us in old age. But we want to give all the gyan in old age. Because we have so much of experience. We want to give. And the person to whom we want to give the knowledge wants to do their own experiment with their life. So बात बहुत करनी है, सुनने वाले हैं नहीं. People reject so many times. Old age brings loneliness. Old age brings physical challenges. The same thing which one was able to do so effortlessly earlier becomes so much difficult now. More difficult than old age is the acceptance that I have become old. That only one doesn't accept. Forget old age. First time somebody calls you uncle. Hey, what uncle? The mind is like that. So, old age, emotional challenges, physical challenges, isolation, rejection also. Sometimes how many parents are dumped by their own children? People are literally dumped, matlab the child will come, drop the parent in some bus stop and just go away. Now the parent does not even know. One suddenly is wondering after some time, oh, then it hits him, I have been dumped. Now he can't go back home also. Because he knows that the child doesn't want me. Even if he goes, he has to fight it out. It's terrible. You just think about the old age. One can gracefully grow old, no doubt in that. But in general, if you see the pain of old age, slightest fall one has, finished, hip bone fracture, gone. Or knee replacement has to happen. My God. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, and Vyadhi, diseases. This body is disease only. Vyadhi Mandiram. See, we generally think when our immunity is down, we will fall sick, and when old age, we will get more sick, and as age passes, terminal illness will come, etc. But if you see, childhood also is filled with sickness. How many challenges come in that? Science has improved the health much more, and mortality rate has come down and all that. But if you generally see, children go through so many sicknesses, challenges, infection, diseases. Youth today, are they healthy? Baap re. 5 kilometers daudne ko bolo, one will start panting. So many of them today will have headache, backache, knee pain, this, stress, tensions, goes on. People who are young, middle-aged, do they have completely healthy life? Some may have, but even they are going through, they have lifestyle issues, diseases which are lifestyle diseases. Old age to anyway brings. Full life is filled with what? Disease only. This is not to paint a negative picture, but this is to give enough vairagya, saying ki what is this life? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, what is this? So the more I reflect on it, because our mind will see only what it wants to see. It doesn't want to see what is the truth. And what is unpleasant, it will run away from. So, see the dukkha and dosha. Dukkha is to see the pain, and where there is no pain, there will also be a limitation of it. No, Swamiji, I have very good health. Very good. Good health is nice. For how long? The limitation of it is it doesn't last. Even if it lasts for a long period of time, very good. At some point in time, it is going to deteriorate. That's the limitation of that. And nobody taught us so many basic fundamental things. I hope today's generation at least is aware of that and applying. But nobody taught us that strength training is important. किसने सिखाया? कोई बताया ही नहीं. We used to think sports खेल रहे हैं हम लोग तो बस है, exercise कर रहे हैं. So, but who knows कि अब ये cardio अलग होता है, strength training अलग होता है, why this both are required, nobody knows. Then slowly they told. Then we discovered, अच्छा ये, this is what is this. And after all this, finally, after 5-10 years, they will say this was all a propaganda by those companies who wanted to sell their machines. पता चला कैसा उल्लू बनाया भाई हमको. कुछ भी आप कर लो, कोई ना कोई हमको उल्लू बना ही रहा है. दवाई if you eat, they say ये सब फार्मा कंपनी का है, दवाई की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. खाना if you eat, people say कि अरे इसमें इतना इतना डाल दिया है कि be an informed consumer, read what is behind it. जो ब्राउन ब्रेड होता है वो ब्राउन होता ही नहीं, वो कैरामल होता है, पता नहीं क्या 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 क्या. कितनी डिसीट भरी दुनिया है भाई. Full on, anybody is making fool of anybody. ऐसी दुनिया में क्यों आऊँगा मैं? बट नहीं, आना है. So the more I see this Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosh, Anudarshanam, again and again one has to see. So it will help me to develop the factual vision. And what is the factual vision? Happiness is not out here. Where is happiness? Only in the true self. So to help me to turn within, the Shiva Prada Kshamapana Stotram, you read, Shankaracharya ji writes that. How the child seeks forgiveness in the womb, that video you will see now. That Bhagavan, I came into the womb, but I forgot to remember you, I am very sorry. Now that I will be born, I will definitely remember you. Then he is born, and then in the youth, he has forgotten Bhagavan. As he grows, he has forgotten Bhagavan. Old age, he has forgotten Bhagavan. Full time. Maya is like that only. So it makes us forget what is the dukkha. There's a difference between having a pessimistic attitude and there's a difference and this type of a thinking. This is factual thinking, to see something as it is. Pessimistic thinking is where there is optimism which is visible. There also I want to think only negatively. So, Siddhartha saw, what did he see? Old age, old man, dead man and sick man. He saw. And he reflected. When he reflected on these three again and again and again, what happened to him? Vairagya came. He said, what is this life if this is finally what is going to happen? Disease will happen, old age will happen, death will happen, and this can happen any time. Old age, of course, by time it will happen, but otherwise, are we not seeing young people today having white hair? This camp I saw now, family camp. 13-year-old children, they are having white hair. कहाँ से आया? They are eating food which is whatever toxic, chemical, जो भी है. 13-year-old children having white hair. So on one hand there is development, but on the other hand there is quality of life has gone down so terribly. Now the more one sees this, if one says, what is worth striving for then? If life is so ephemeral, this is a chance to realize the absolute. Know the truth as soon as one can. See this. Now it explains how Gurudev explained. There is no subtitle here, so listen very carefully.
Although in the very beginning, I arrival into this world. If it is by a highway, duper super highway, I came straight, and having entered the world, I became unhappy. I can understand. No, the very arrival was soaked in sorrow. Although in the beginning, karma prasangad, because of the karma prasangad, due to the vasanas, the karma of the past. That is what caused me to take up this physical body and be in this given environment of OET. Although in the beginning, karma prasangad compelled and dragged me with the karma, with the past karmas, past vasanas, which determined what body I have to have, what body I have to have, what kind of mind and intellect, dull, stupid, sleepy, or bright, brilliant. It's all determined by the vasanas. The environment in which I am living, again determined by the vasanas. If my vasanas are for cards play, you will not be here. Hello, 9 days, anyway I got the leave, now let us play. The environment in which you will find yourself is determined by the vasanas. Think. Karma prasangad kalayatini kalusham madru kukshau stidamma. I was in my mother kuksha, mother's kuksha, in the womb of the mother. Kalayatini taram. And there it was not very comfortable. You and I may say that, now, congratulations, you are pregnant. How many months? You congratulate the mother. But what about the child there? Papa! Mahatrukukshau sthitam mam vinmutra medhya madhye. And there, where was I sitting? 9 months and 9 days, not a one a day, just a weekend. 9 months and 9 days. Where was I? In the womb of the mother, the most uncomfortable posture, because there is no accommodation. And the environment in which I was living, most insanitary. Vinmutra medhya madhye, in the midst of fecal matter and urine, isn't it? In that slum you are living, and now having come here, you can't take a glass of water. Is it clear? What? Never mind. Now, vinmutra medhya madhye kwathayati nitaram jadharo jadhaveta. And inside is air conditioned. It's not air conditioned sufficiently. What was the condition? 9.5 months. The heat of the physical body, the digestive system and its heat, in that heat roasted, no cross ventilation. Not even one little window. No cross ventilation, never mind. No. Unventilated in that hot stuff. Whether outside it is summer or cold, winter, it doesn't matter. The poor child in 9 months is cooked there. There is liquid also there, so that it is stuffy, hot, humid. In that condition, nitaram jadhare jadaveda, the fire of the digestive fire, meaning the warmth there, wherever it may be cold, but the stomach must be warm. Then only the digestion can open. Right. Yedyadva itatra dukkham vedhedenadaram shakyate kena vaktu. Now, who can shakyate kena vaktu? Who can describe that chain of sorrows that each one of you have lived? Lucky, as soon as we wake up, we're born, we forget the whole lot. If you remember that, you are a psychiatric patient from birth onwards. Today, the psychiatrist, the modern Western scientists, say that you are like that only because your early childhood was unhappy. Where? After arriving. Before that, everybody was unhappy. Nobody has thought over that. That chain of sorrows, endless sorrows, that I have lived through at that time. Kena vaktum chakyate. Who can describe it? I can't describe. The more I think of it, the more I know the hell through which I came. I did not come here from heaven, directly from hell. Horrible. Kena vaktum chandavyo me aparadha. Hey Bhagavan, you must forgive me in my great mistake. Shiva 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 Bho Sri Mahadeva Shambho. Why? I did not remember you even for a moment. In that sorrow I should have at least cried out. In my joy I may forget you. It's all right. But Bhagavan has given you enough sorrow to remind you of him. No, you won't cry. You won't have ever thought of it. And only I suffer the pain which nobody can describe, and yet I have never thought of thee, and this is a great mistake that I have done. At least now forgive me for not remembering you then.
It's powerful, no? How he said. We, after coming into the world, we feel miserable. But what happened before, when one was in the womb? Luckily, we don't remember all that in some ways. But if we do this, what Shankaracharya ji said in this Shiva Prada Kshamapana Stotra, or here what Geeta says, if we remember all the pain, today though it is more easier, go on YouTube and check the situation of the child in the womb. So many videos are there up there. If one actually sees, one will get vairagya saying, what is this? This is what is, on one hand the process of growth etc. is very nice, and as the pregnancy moves on, they see the child and they show on all that, what do you call that? Some sonography, huh? But what is the child going through inside? That process, if we actually imagine, that's what he's saying here. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anudarshanam. Go on seeing. Otherwise, the mind will keep us in delusion. So, what should we do to get this type of vairagya? Pain will be there. That's a part of life. Accept it and develop dispassion. All these painful things are wake-up calls. Disease comes, accident happens, sorrow, heartbreak, so many things happen in life. One seeker went to a Mahatma and said, I have studied Vedanta and I have been reflecting, I have been walking the path for many years now. But why is it that I am not attaining mukti? And that Mahatma, he said, he looked at the seeker and he said, because you have still not suffered enough pain. We are not saying ki inflict more pain on oneself. But sometimes one has lived a very cushioned life. And sometimes even coming into spiritual organization, one is cushioned with life's difficulties very well. Where actually one has renounced to expose oneself to the harsh realities of life, threadbare one has to expose oneself. Because one is not attached to anything, one just left and lives on the faith that Bhagavan will take care. Sometimes when one comes into a spiritual organization, one will get cushioned nicely because food is taken care of, nice place to stay, comforts are there, you serve properly. If the mind is not alert, gone. That only will become one bondage. One will become comfort loving. So time to time one should go, leaving all this. Be like one parivrajak, be like one sadhu. Go through all difficulties. Then only the mind will not get deluded. Otherwise the mind is very comfortably deluded. And thinks that I am walking the spiritual path. That's a bigger delusion. So, wake-up calls one will get. Visit hospitals, old age homes, crematorium, burial ground, reflect on the pain. Time to time if I visit this, then one will understand what we have taken for granted. Visualize your own body burning and perishing. That is the most powerful to get vairagya. His body is lying there. Visualize your own death. People are taking, now they are taking, now the wooden this thing is gone. Crematorium hai, electric. लगा देंगे ट्रे में, वो ट्रे अंदर चला जाएगा, पूरा भस्म होके पॉट में बाहर निकलेगा वो. When it will come out, there the ash and all that, then this pillow will collect it and all that, but that's it. If one imagines that, the Dehatma Bhav will go very strongly, it will just go. What was your face before you were born? This is one Zen exercise. Meaning, to imagine what was my situation before this body. Meaning, I am a jiva who has been traveling so many lives. Don't try to imagine the face. Saying, I think my face was roundish. Face ka kya? The exercise is not for that. The exercise is to say, who were you before you were born? Meaning, you are not this body. I am somebody else. And think about what is truly important in this perishable world. What is so important? Everything else is so much destructible, perishing. Kya hai isme? Sar kya hai iska? Samsar, what is the sar of samsar? The more one reflects, so many essential things we leave out, and all these unessential things we are caught on, and then life goes behind unessential things only. petty fights, raga, dvesha, hurting each other, trying to accumulate perishable things, compromising on values. What is one doing with this life? Such a precious opportunity, and what has the mind done? So if a person keeps reflecting this, that what is my priority? Life is very, very short. Any minute, whatever happens can happen. What am I doing with that life? What is the best that I can do with my life? Each day am I living in that way? Eknath Maharaj used to say that, that each day you live as though this is your last day. If this is the last day that I have, then how will I live? I will truly do what I value. No, Swamiji, that is not practical. Every day I can't keep doing that. Thing is not about practicality. Thing is about prioritizing. What do I really want to achieve? So this is the 9th verse. Now we come to the 10th one. Asaktirana bhishwangaha putradara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. So asaktihi, meaning non-attachment. This we have seen earlier many times in the Geeta itself, so I am not going to elaborate a lot. Psychological dependency on things, people, situations for happiness is called attachment. Asakti, meaning no attachment. So that detachment is to the attitude of doing what best I can, to focus on the process, not to be attached to the result, and emotionally to be not dependent on things, people and situations for our happiness. So that is the asaktihi. Dependency, all forms of dependency is sorrow. Sarvam paravasham dukkham atmavashameva sukham. That one has to remember. And atmavasha does not mean ki I am alone and I will do everything by myself, I will not work with people. Atmavasha is that there is no psychological dependency on anyone or anything for happiness. If the maid came, very good. If the maid did not come, Swamiji, you can say very good, but our life is very miserable after that, It may cause some inconvenience, no doubt, but I should be able to do and get on with it. Maybe little lesser I may do, but what? How can those things affect my life so much? But we allow anything. Small things will affect. Why? Because there is so much psychological dependency. So identify the dependencies, the attachments, and work to overcome them. That is the sadhana. An attachment comes with its own attachment. You buy one, get 6 free. Bhagavan created that system long back, marketing. Or marketing offer, If you buy one, kama, it will bring other 5. Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Everything will come with it. It won't come alone. So, I have to be detached so that all these rest of the things which create unhappiness in my life, they will go. They are not coming because of other people. They are coming because of my insistence and my attachment. We may say, I am getting angry because this person is behaving like that. No, I am getting angry because I have a certain insistence in my head that the person should behave only in this way. That insistence, if I drop, that person's behavior may be wrong. That's a different point. And I may need to correct it, or I may need to give a firm, assertive reply to it. That's a different point. But I am getting disturbed. Why? Because of my insistence. That I have to drop. So, attachment, asaktihi. The point of attachment is also what? The more attachment, the more wandering of the mind, the more sorrow. Both will happen. With attachment, sorrow will also come. With attachment, wandering also will come. Because where the mind is attached to, there only the mind will go. So in meditation, if I am trying to make the mind quiet, it will not become quiet. If it has so many attachments, it will keep going. Because for it, the attachment is the source of pleasure. So it will imagine. So attachment will also create fanciful imagination. Suppose I am attached to sweets. The mind will imagine. After meditation, I think meditation is that activity where the brain burns maximum sugar. So I think naturally the sugar craving will be there. I should eat, This ice cream is there in the freezer. Meditation kar raha hai wo. Why? Because there's some attachment, so the fanciful imagination will happen. Summer vacation, now I'm going to go to this place, and there we are going to enjoy in this activities, and we have already done the booking, and we are going to... Where? In meditation I was thinking all this. Any attachment is there, mind will just go there only. And if the meditation is, if somebody is so deluded that they are not even using a form and a name, when they are not ready for the formless, and they say Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham, I will meditate only on the formless, and the mind can't remain on the formless for long, then what will happen? It will imagine all these fanciful things only. Then one will say, mind is not focusing, Swamiji, what to do? Because I didn't remove attachments, because Vairagya didn't come. So, detach from the insistence of the result, detach from the emotional dependencies. We may expect a result and work hard, but we should also learn to accept the results as they come. So that is asaktihi. Then comes anabhishvangaha. How to be detached? Have a higher purpose in life. That will be the way to detach from the lower. And having played with the toys of the world, grow up. Gurudev used to always say this. How weird it will be if we continue to play with childhood toys. But is that not happening in the world? So many things we are holding on to in the world. Still, having grown up as human beings, so much more I can realize to experience the divine. But still I am holding on. Without this person I can't be happy. If this person is there in my life, I can't be happy. Either ways, raga and dvesha, in that how much time goes? This person spoke to me like this person looked at me like that, this person did not smile at me. Arey, jisko jo karna hai, karo bhai. But no, sit and think, ये इन्होंने ऐसा क्यों किया, उन्होंने वैसा क्यों किया, इसने ऐसा क्यों बोला, उसने ऐसा क्यों बोला. अरे, functional things, something we have to think about as a different thing. Psychologically, no, I think this person is wantedly wanting to insult me. That's why this person is doing this. We will never feel insulted unless we allow ourselves to be feel insulted. Who can insult us except us? Nobody else can insult me except me. But we allow them to insult us. If somebody says a donkey, do I become a donkey? No. But if somebody says you are a fool, what do I feel? ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया, you are a fool. सबके सामने वो भी. जो सत्य है ठीक है, but सबके सामने तो नहीं बोलना था. You are a fool. मतलब what is this? Anyway, people are not respecting what I am saying. उनके सामने सब बोल दिया. अरे कहाँ अटके हो भाई? बोला तो बोला उन्होंने. You can tell them separately कि भाई next time don't say, privately बोल देना, चल जाएगा हमारे बीच में. But why are you saying it all like that? That's why I'm saying small things become so big. And the real thing which really matters, that is left out only. So, these are toys of the world. Gurudev always used to say, this Kamini, Kanchan, Kirti is an expression which we use in spirituality. Now, wealth and enjoyment and the power. They are toys of the world. How much will one play with those toys? Play for some time, see the game of it, and then enough vairagya one should have. So, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam, if that one does continuously, this asakti will anyway come. And one will literally outgrow the toys of the childhood. One can see so many things are ego games only which one is playing. All for the things which are perishable. It is not worth that much. So, third point here is stop brooding over sense objects. That ladder of fall which we saw in the second chapter. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangar sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bijayate krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohar smriti vibhrama. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nashat pranashyati. Gone. Starts with brooding, then attachment, then desire, then anger, then delusion, then loss of memory, then loss of discrimination, perishes. Step by step one will fall. Where did it start from? Brooding on the sense objects. Asakti means no brooding. Swamiji, then what do I do? Put in the energy towards the higher purpose. That's the first point. Have a higher goal in life. In this Balvihar camp, family camp that happened, so many children coming to me and asking me, how do you have so much of energy? I said, because I conserve it and I channelize it towards Bhagavan. What else? I don't waste my energy. Stress, worry, tension, anxiety, depression, this, that is not there. Look at Gurudev, how much energy, Baapre. I don't know if I told you that incident. There is a way by which you measure the energy of a person. And one of the ways is this hair will be taken. So this one gentleman came with his machine and he took Gurudev's one hair and then he put it there and he is stunned. He said, I have never come across this type of a reading. Okay, what is that machine saying? That machine is saying biologically you should be dead. But energy-wise, it has crossed all boundaries. The meter is not able to measure beyond this. He says, how is that possible? Biologically, that body should have been dead by now because, Gurudev's body, he went through so many things. But energy-wise, you have gone. There is no limit to this. This is the infinite energy. It's there in every breath of teaching. You read. So the point is what? If the mind is not brooding, it will focus on all these things only. The divine way of living, selfless way of living, service. And how many hours Gurudev used to sleep? Hardly 3-4 hours. Because his mind doesn't need that much. Body-wise, yes, it may need, no doubt. And that health did suffer because of that, there is no doubt. His ejection fraction was low, his diabetes was high and all that. That is because lack of enough sleep. But mind did not require. And energy, enthusiasm, the way in which he was speaking to people, guiding people and hundreds and thousands of people meeting him. Why? All that is the power of detachment, asaktihi. Then he says, anabhishwangaha, non-identification, asaktir anabhishwangaha, putradara grihadishu. Non-identification with what? With these, putra, dara and griha. Putra means not only the son. Putra means all those who depend on you. Dara means all those on whom you depend. And griha is the symbol of my karma. All my attachments, my possessions, I have accumulated with hard work. I have built this house, that. Attachment with any of these three or all of these three will again pull one down. So in general he spoke about asakti, that is one quality. That in specific is elaborating that these three are most powerful. My house, my child, my spouse. Again I am saying, by itself these three are not a problem. Our attachment to these is the problem, and that's why he says here, detachment from these, non-identification with these. Without this I can't be happy. Or they have to be in a certain way, then only I can be happy. So loving them is fine, but depending on them for one's happiness and identity, that is what causes all the sorrow. So now what do I do? Asaktirana bhishwangaha. When does love become attachment? If loving is fine, how do I know the line between love and attachment? Love can deteriorate into become attachment. And attachment, if you drop certain possessiveness, etc., it will become love. It is same emotion, mind only, no, it is. Love can become attachment. One is insistence. See, love, when I derive my identity from the relationship or the object, then it will become attachment. Think about it. Many times it happens to parent, especially the mother, it can happen. If the mother has to bring up the child, it could happen to father also, but in general situation one sees. So for 20 years or something, this person will have that identity, I am the mother, I am the mother, I am the mother, and full effort is to bring up the child, and one child is grown, then second child is born, let us say, then to bring up that child, and the the mind has gone into that mode very strongly. Now the children have grown up, now some of them got married and they are settled also. Now this mother feels, who am I now? One suddenly feels empty. Because till now that identity of a mother was occupying the maximum time. Those who get retired after work, sometimes they will also feel sudden emptiness, because till now one position was there, I am holding on to that and I was acting, and now that is gone. Now what to do? So psychologically, when my identity comes from this and my worth comes from that, see, identity may come still not a problem, honestly, because that's a role that one is playing. But if my worth is coming from there, and how many parents, they keep doubting their parenting or not. Child has come with their own baggage, with its own baggage. Child will do what it has to do. I may guide, I may inspire, I may insist, I may do whatever to help the child. But beyond that, it is child's choice. But something the child does, the parent says, where did I go wrong? I did the best I could, I gave such good values, but I don't know why this child is doing like this. The child has their own karma, and if they have to learn in that hard way, falling, suffering, they will learn. What can I do about it? I can't. And for that I doubt my parenting. For I doubt myself, what did I do wrong? No. So, sometimes that possessiveness comes out like that. When I cannot bear separation from that person, I feel very, generally we miss somebody is a different thing, but some people get very disturbed. When how I feel about the other person is even more important than the loved one itself. My feeling is more important, then that has become attachment. And if that person makes me feel good, I am loving to that person. If that person makes me feel even little uncomfortable, I don't love, then that is not true love, then that is only attachment. If that person, suppose, tells me something very blunt, I don't want to listen to it, then ऐसा बोल दिया ना मुझे, now I will not even talk to this person. How can they speak like this to me? And she was my best friend and he was my best friend, and then they spoke to me like this. They showed you the mirror, but you don't want to see. Break. Now that has become possessiveness. The love may have been there, now it had become possessiveness. I want them only to talk nice, pleasant things to me and always be goody-goody, and which means I only loved that feeling that I got, what they were making me feel in their presence. I didn't really love them. I loved myself, my opinion and what they think about me. When we become possessive and do not allow freedom to the other person, insist on a certain type of behavior, so certain choices, when we want them to behave the way we expect and feel hurt if they don't. We feel hurt in the sense my opinion was rejected. We feel rejected. Then all that is attachment. When I cannot live without the other person, it causes pain to both the lover and the loved one, binds both the people. That is attachment. Freedom is not there, space is not there. So, love and detachment will actually go together. Asakti ranabhishvangaha means that. Each of us as individuals who have come here, we have come with our baggage. And we can only do in a certain way certain things. Beyond that, it is up to the other person. So in true love, the beloved is more important. One focuses more on giving rather than on wanting, receiving. One will get also, but the focus is more on understanding, accepting, giving, And giving means both, giving things, giving time, as well as giving space. Otherwise, some people are very clingy. They want to be with that person all the time. Are, how much, Baba? You give some time, space. Even parents, then in America they have that term, helicopter parenting. Helicopter parenting, go on hovering on the child for everything. I see sometimes, in my childhood, nobody told us कि अभी 9 बज गए, जाओ सो जाओ, तुम्हारे सोने का टाइम हो गया, तुम्हारे टीवी का टाइम हो गया, तुम्हारे खाने का टाइम हो गया, तुम्हारे खेलने का टाइम हो गया. अरे भाई, in general they used to guide us saying कि now finish your homework, that's all. And if sometime one is late or something, then they may say कि now it is late, go to sleep. Here though, the child is coming and asking, now can I go to play? Now can I watch the TV? Now can I? अरे कितना dependency करा रहे हो उसको? Make the child independent. No. And when the child finally goes out, how many young people have come and told me, we want to go and live in a hostel. I said, why? Because there's too much control in our house. We want to explore and live a life which is independent, and it's okay if we make mistake. इतना protective बना के रख देते हैं. So that youngster who has to explore is not exploring. So, and some places so there are enough maids and servants and everything, so the child doesn't have to do anything. One has to give opportunities. Go on doing. So, in true love, the beloved is more important, not I. Space and love, they must go together. I wrote space because today that is more easier accepted word. Give me my space. If you say detachment, they feel it's a very heavy duty word, detachment. Give space. And do your best and leave the rest. That's what Gurudev always said in detachment. If someone has to learn by a fall, they will. We cannot avoid it. It is their karma. When they have fallen, then we are there to support, to rise. But if they have to fall, they have to fall. So, asaktiranabhishvangaha putradara grahadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopa That is the last value here, 15th one. And that is equanimity. This we have done many times. So many times in the Gita it comes, be equanimous in the pairs of opposites. Samatvam yoga uchyate. And the best way to remain equanimous is what? Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. Simplest. How to be equanimous? Accept it as the prasad of Bhagavan, that is karma yoga. Accept it that it is that is bhakti yoga. Accept it that it is some karma of my past. It is not coming just like that. Randomly nothing happens. And third, it is temporary. Even this will pass. Then I won't allow that to overwhelm me and make me so disturbed. So that concludes this particular verse. 2 more verses are there, and by then that values will be done. So for today we will stop here. So we thank all our Yajmans, the Mukhya Yajmans, Tarana ji, Parag Wag, Vandana ji, Bharat ji, Kalpana ji, Deepika ji. Kalpana ji can come for the Aarti. Aarti Yajmans for all sessions, Hemant ji, Jyotsna ji, Chitra ji, Ajay Kasotia ji, Rajan ji, Ajay Merchant ji, Swati ji, Nalini ji, Jayashri ji, Nandita ji, Vaishali ji, please come for the Aarti. Vijaya ji, Dipti ji, Manjari ji. Jayashri ji, yes, please come. Dainik Yajman for today are Mala Lentin ji, Srijata Basu ji and Vivek Shroff ji, and the Aarti Yajman for today, Surbhi Ashar ji and Monica Malkane ji. So we invoke Bhagavan's grace, Gurudev's blessings on all the Yajamans, their families and everyone present here. May Bhagavan bless us with these beautiful qualities. May our mind be pure. May we experience happiness and bliss and make this life fulfilled. Om Tat Sat.
जय भगवद गीते मैया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी कामासक्ति हरा तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी विद्या ब्रह्म परा ओम जय भगवद गीते निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी ओम जय भगवद गीते राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा भव भय हारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदा ओम जय भगवद गीते आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी ओम जय भगवद गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की बानी सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम जय भगवद गीते दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपनो कर लीजे ओम जय भगवद गीते न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम् नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति भगवान की जय मैया की जय श्री सद्गुरु आज की जय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्छते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ॐ